Oh, hello. Today I'll be reading a passage from Luke chapter 4, verses 14 to 30. Jesus returned to Galilee, powerful in the Spirit. News that he was back spread through the countryside. He taught in their meeting places, to everyone's acclaim and pleasure. He came to Nazareth, where he had been reared. As he always did on the Sabbath, he went to the meeting place. When he stood up to read, he was handed the scroll from the prophet Isaiah. Unrolling the scroll, he found the place where it was written, "God's Spirit is on me. He has chosen me to preach the message of good news to the poor, sent me to announce pardon to prisoners and recovery of sight to the blind, to set the burdened and battered free, to announce this is God's year to act." He rolled up the scroll, handed it back to the assistant, and sat down. Every eye in the place was on him, intent. Then he started in. "You've just heard Scripture make history. It came true just now in this place. All who were there, watching and listening, were surprised at how well he spoke. But they also said, 'Isn't this Joseph's son, the one we've known since he was a youngster?' He answered, 'I suppose you're going to quote the proverb, "Doctor, go heal yourself." Do here in your hometown what we've heard you do in Capernaum.' Well, let me tell you something. No prophet is ever welcomed in his hometown. Isn't it a fact that there were many widows in Israel at the time of Elijah, during that 3.5 years drought and famine when it devastated the land? But the only widow to whom Elijah was sent was in Sarepta in Sidon. There were many lepers in Israel at the time of the prophet Elisha, but the only one cleansed was Nahum the Syrian. That set everyone in the meeting place seething with anger. They threw him out, banishing him from the village, then took him to a mountain cliff at the edge of the village to throw him off to his doom. But he gave them the slip and was on his way." Quite the wonderful story, isn't it?